Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's live trading session and review of the week. It's a shortened session today. I have guests over, so I'm going to try and finish this by 25 to 3. The indices are trading a little bit higher at the moment. We're pushing up towards the highs of the day. For the Dow, not so for the DAX. The DAX has been under pressure for much of the day. We'll have a quick look at the markets in a few minutes. So just a couple of things. If you look at the S&P 500 and you look at Nasdaq, both of them are now. The Nasdaq is about 3.6% off of its record high. Nasdaq is about 4.4%. So there's a bit of a correction going on. Whether we'll see a continuation of that today. When you look at the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, they've been down for 5 straight days. Still seeing a bit of strength there coming into the Dow for this opening bell. And for the Dow's been down 4 of the last or 4 straight days as well. So the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, if it continues with that sort of theme, the Nasdaq is going to, well, both of those are going to have their worst consecutive run of losses since April of this year. But as with one of the comments or the market comments that I sent you out before Christmas, and just that rebalancing of Warren Buffett's portfolio to heavily focus on cash at this time, it could well be that we're going to see a slightly bigger correction. We didn't get the Santa rally. I think we did for one day, but we didn't get it over a number of consecutive days. In fact, it's been the opposite. We've sold off, and we're seeing the markets under a little bit of pressure over the last number of days. Yesterday, market traded down towards about 42,250. I bought a couple of times at that level. It was well supported, bounced back up fairly quickly. And again, since yesterday's close, we've seen a fairly decent move to the upside, and that's continuing at this time. As I'm speaking, we're about 90 seconds, just a little bit more than that, away from the opening bell. So we'll just see how this goes. I have a limit up there above the market. I'm currently short the Dow. It worked well yesterday around the opening bell period. Gold was significantly stronger this morning. I think we traded up to about 26.58 as a high. We're $10 off of that level at the moment, and if we get back towards 26.50, 26.52, I'll be looking to sell into that rally. The currencies, the dollar is particularly strong, trading around 124 against sterling. It's 102.91 against the euro. The logic is fairly simple. There are going to be fewer rate cuts in the US than the markets were expecting, whereas they do continue to see rate cuts in other locations. So we're getting closer and closer to the bell. Let's just put the Dow up there, so you can see we're trading about 42.625. Come back a little bit off of the highs, 631. So about 30 pips or so away from my limit order. We'll see if that gets triggered on the bell. But for the time being, there's not a great deal of activity around these levels, still holding on to that 42.620, 630 level. When we do finish this particular part of the session, we'll have a look at the trades for this week. It's been a good week so far. Hopefully that will continue this afternoon. So we're open now. Again, tight range, pushing that little bit higher, coming back off. So there's a nice bit of two-way flow as we open the market here around that 630 level. Trading up now to 640, 645. Looks sort of fairly close to my limit order. Just missed by about 3 or 4 pips on that occasion. So I'd be fairly positive of that trading shortly. although it's not quite getting there at the moment. So let's just see if we jump up into that level. I think it was 667, 20 pips away at the moment, but jumping around a little bit. So yeah, I think we just about triggered there. I saw a 667 print. I'm not getting a signal back to say that my trade was executed. I'll just have a quick look now whilst we're talking. 667 traded a few times, so yeah, we've jumped higher there now, so definitely triggered. So triggered at 670, I believe. So the market's coming off just a little bit. We'll continue to watch that for a couple of seconds just while we're talking through this trade. So we're down to about 650. So just going to take profit there. About 25 pips on that trade, I think, although I'll have to have a quick look at it afterwards. So just have a look at the markets in general, see where they're trading. So we're still sort of trading around that sort of level here in the Dow. Gold's popped back up just above 26.51 as we're talking. The currency's nothing great happening with those. The DAX kind of holding or treading water around that 948, 950 area, and the Dow trading in a reasonably tight range, pushing up there towards 680. Could be interested in another sell around those levels, just above where I sold before. My position is short the market. I do think we're going to see a bit more pressure. It's Friday. I don't see that. We do have manufacturing ISM data out in about half an hour from now. So I might just introduce another short position here in the Dow if we see 680 trade. It's kind of just keeping away from there at the moment. Did trade 680, wasn't quick enough. Immediately down to 666, unfortunately. So look, I'll come back to that and have, no, there we go. Yeah, I'll just get that away there at around 680, I think that was. We'll have a look at the trades for this week. So there was another Dow trade there on the open, and then the Dow trade that we've just put on as well. So I'll update those in a minute. We're up about 725 pips at the moment. A few trades left to close. Majority of the profit was yesterday. Fairly big return, 562 or 67 pips, I think that says. Got hit with the cryptocurrencies on Christmas Day, New Year's Day. I'm a week behind. Started the week particularly poorly on Monday. Tuesday, significant turnaround. Thursday, a bumper day, and then today has been okay, but nothing special to this point. But we'll keep an eye on where the markets go from this particular point. So I'll close that down. Just because I have to rush this through. We'll have another quick look at the markets before I go, as it shows you there. So the Dow's kind of hovering around that 680, 690 level at the moment. DAX isn't run away. Gold continuing to hold around that 2650 level, but we'll wait to see what the ISM manufacturing data is. Sterling has improved a little bit to just above that 124 level. The dollar's weakened a touch there, but this is the first day that the Dow, not that we're going to finish here necessarily, but this is the first day that the Dow has been up in 4/5 days. Gold still popping a little bit higher. Definitely interested in selling that market if I get the opportunity. I'll get back off here. Not going to do too much trading this week. It's this afternoon. It's been a good week so far, and looking to retain some of that as we move forward for the rest of the day. That last Dow trade came off there. There was about 15 pips worth of profit at one point. Still around that sort of level. So I'm just going to take some profit there and then focus on the trades. I'll be back on Telegram straight away, so I'll talk to you very quickly on there, and I will update you through the remainder of the day. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll be on